Hello, everybody, and welcome. Lately, I've just kind of had an itch to make a video showing off the office, tour, nursery, game collection, the whole spiel. It's been a very, very, very long time since I've done one of these. The last one I did, I had a LG Rumor 2 and flip phone type stuff. So it's been that long since I've made one of these.
Today I'm showing you my game collection.
My collection is spread out through the office and nursery into the closet, the bookshelf, the desk, and then some stuff out in the living room. So I thought I'd take a look at that stuff today, starting with the closet, which is probably the scariest, most intimidating part of the whole deal. If we go back, we can kind of get the whole scope of going in, just the sheer volume of stuff that I have. We've got this Last of Us store advert that I got, and it just boxes and boxes and boxes and games and games and games. A TV, two TVs. There's the 3D TV there. It's a lot. So I kind of just thought we'd look at what I can see. And really the first thing you see is the wall of games. This is not the entire collection. Some of it is over there. Some of it is out in the living room. But this is kind of the main hall or area of all the games. There's even stuff in the drawer down here as well. So the wall here kind of segmented. There are 6 shelves and segmented kind of into the Sony side and the Nintendo side, with the Switch just branching out because I know the Switch will eventually fill out. I've got my PS2 collection here, and then PS3, a little bit of PS3 overflow, part of the PS4 collection, the PS5, which is eroding away at the PS3 collection. Maybe I should move PS2. PS4 stuff's over there. If we look, we've got the Jak and Daxter series minus the Lost Frontier. I don't have that one on PS2 yet. Jak and Daxter starts us off. Sly Cooper trilogy, God of War bridging the gap here. Killzone, Metal Gear Solid trilogy, but I've got the Metal Gear Solid tall box. I got a really good price on this. And then, so it's technically a PlayStation 1 game, but I have it there. I've got Metal Gear 2 and 3. And then I've got the other box piece, Subsistence or Substance, one of the two. But I talked the store into selling me the other disc, so Subsistence. So selling me the Persistence disc with this, which was not included in that original Essential Collection box set. So I kind of have it in a weird piecemeal way, but I love the box art on this. So then we've got the Kingdom Hearts games, you know, Beautiful Joe 1 and 2, Vice City, GTA. The guitar, I think, is way, way, way back there in the darkness. Beach Bandits, printed out Budokai Tenkaichi box. And I want to say Pandora Tomorrow? Pandora Tomorrow. To the PS3, you'll notice a trend. Jak and Daxter collection. Jak and Daxter. Then Uncharted. I've got 1, 2, 3 twice. Got the Steelbook from the collector's edition. Got that. Then The Last of Us, Thieves in Time, the Infamous collection, Ratchet and Clank collection. I got those from a guy on Facebook Marketplace back when the PlayStation PS3 store was announced to be shutting down. I kind of went on a shopping spree for PS3 stuff. That's where we get actually this entire Ratchet and Clank collection was bought during that time. Tools of Destruction, Crack in Time, Into the Nexus, and Full Frontal Assault. I'm only missing Quest for Booty, which was only physically released in Europe, and then also All for One. Those are the 2 Ratchet and Clank games for PS3 I don't have. Into the Nexus, at the time, I'm not sure what it is now. Into the Nexus was going for about 80, 90 bucks at the time. It was a late PS3 game, not a lot in production as far as I understand. I found a new listing on eBay for 35 bucks, buy it now, and was able to pounce on it. So I was super happy about getting that. Really, this whole collection is fairly valuable as far as I understand it when looking at the rest of Ratchet and Clank. We've got the Resistance trilogy here. Apparently this is from the collector's edition. This box is not the normal one. I didn't know that. Not for resale. And then, of course, Resistance 3, which I've always loved the box art of this. So the Resistance trilogy. Actually, I want to say, if we move my daughter's clothes, you can see there's the gun, the move gun for the PS3. We talk about that a little later down the line because we've got God of War next. Killzone, which Killzone 3 also uses 3D TV support and move compatibility. Then the Arkham trilogy on PS3, and then the Kingdom Hearts HD 2.5 Remix Steelbook Collector's Edition set that actually came with both 1.5 and 2.5. Then you've got every Metal Gear Solid game except Phantom Pain. I don't have that on PS3 yet. Rising Revengeance is still sealed up. We've got I don't even know, the limited edition, I suppose, for MGS4. And then the, what do they call this? The Legacy Collection. And then Brotherhood. I kind of got that paired with Full Frontal Assault in a Goodwill bid. And Portal 2 as well there. The other PS3 game I have, kind of lingering over here, Kingdom Hearts 1.5 Mix Collector's Edition. And then moving down the Sony train, can you guess what's up first? The Uncharted games. The Collection 4, Lost Legacy, Last of Us Remastered, Last of Us Part 2. Then we move on to Sucker Punch, Sly Cooper, aka Infamous, Ghost of Tsushima, then Insomniac, Ratchet and Clank. You're getting the feel now, right? Spider-Man, God of War, Death Stranding, The Order 1886, Gravity Rush, remastered. I just got this not terribly long ago at a GameStop. GameStop, $50 used. I was excited to find and snag that physically in a store. Until Dawn. I did the guide for this over at IGN.
How's it going, everybody? Max Roberts here for IGN to show you how to save everyone in Until Dawn. There are plenty of decisions to make on Blackwood Mountain, but only a few will save the partying teens.
And they actually mailed me this copy because there's a hole punched out of it. So, yeah, this is a pre-release, I guess, I mean, it's a retail copy. It's the original box. They just punched the barcode out. But because of that, I'll definitely never get rid of that. Too many good memories. And then Detroit Become Human. Abby and I love these decision games. Now, that's not the entire PS4 collection, but the rest of it is out over there. So we're going to look at that a little bit later. Moving on to the PS5. Uncharted, The Last of Us Part 1, Ratchet and Clank Spider-Man, an empty spot here for God of War, Horizon Forbidden West, Returnal, GT7, Demon's Souls, Resident Evil Village, The Quarry, Alan Wake Remastered, GTA 5, Death's Door, Hades, River City Girls, Balan, Wonderworld. You might notice a lot of these, Demons, Alan, GTA, Dust, all those still sealed in the plastic. That's a thing I've started doing, keeping games that I haven't played yet sealed so that I know I haven't played them yet. It makes my shelf look a little shiny, but helps me out. In this tiny little sad corner is my tiny Xbox collection, which includes Metal Gear Solid 2 Substance for Xbox. Got that for $10. Seems like a good deal. Complete in box. Max Payne 3, the best Max Payne game. Dead Space 2 in immaculate condition. Portal 2, I bought that new this year from Walmart. I just buying a 360 game brand new from Walmart just seemed fitting. Then we've got Master Chief Collection, Halo 5, Gears and Rare Replay, Sunset Overdrive, and It Takes Two. So, tiny, tiny baby Xbox collection. Not a lot really going on there. Moving on up, the GameCube. Well, actually, above it is my 3DS and PS1 collection, which is tiny and abysmal. Most notably, I guess, I have Tomb Raider and Frogger 2. Just a small physical 3DS collection, you know, Metroid, Smash, Mario Kart, Paper Mario, Zeldas, Metroid, Animal Crossing, some Pokemons, Star Fox, and Kingdom Hearts, of course. So that's technically sitting above. And then we've got the GameCube collection, which I've pretty much kept from childhood, and then some more recent additions and grabbed some stuff at the right time. You know, Smash, Sunshine, Double Dash. I got a really good deal on Double Dash. Bought it with a Wii for 40 bucks. And got Galaxy and other games with it too. So, Thousand Year Door, the entire GameCube Zelda line, so the collector's editions, Ocarina of Time, Wind Waker, Twilight Princess. Got this for $7, but the disc was scratched. And then for Christmas, my mother-in-law got me another copy, and then I buffed one disc out. So I actually have 2 copies of Twilight Princess for the GameCube. I'm particularly proud / happy I have that. 4 Swords Adventure, just the regular box. We've got Metroid Prime and Echoes, Animal Crossing, Luigi's Mansion, Star Fox, F-Zero GX, bought this at a GameStop a few years ago. Resident Evil 1, recent edition. Eternal Darkness, this was a birthday gift a couple of years ago for 50 bucks, now it's well over 100. Twin Snakes, got for a pretty good price. Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, Billy Hatcher, Star Wars, SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom, the Collector's Edition for Chaos Theory, which is crazy, my Action Replay software, and then the Game Boy Player software. There's some more GameCube stuff way over there, but we'll look at it here in a minute. The Wii! Who doesn't love the Wii? Smash Brothers, Galaxy, Mario Kart, Mario. You'll notice Nintendo has the theming of Smash first, Mario games, Zelda, Metroid, and so on and so forth. So Mario, Mario Karts, Paper, the Zelda games, Metroid, a couple of Paper games just tucked in there. I think it's New Super Mario Bros. And Sports, Other M, Donkey Kong, Animal Crossing, Wii Play, GoldenEye, Resident Evil 4, Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3, and Need for Speed Carbon. These were the first games we got for the Wii. At a GameStop back when you couldn't buy a Wii anywhere. We had gone to dinner at, I think, Olive Garden, and then went to GameStop afterward, and someone had just traded in a Wii, and so that's how we got our first Wii. Then the Wii U, a tiny, tiny collection, but I think strong, ish. 3D World and Paper Mario, but we've got all 3 Zeldas, very good prices on those, and then Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival, and a sealed new copy of Star Fox Zero with Star Fox Guard. So, I mean, that's just the shelves. That's just, I mean, it's Box City in here. Some people say I'm crazy. I mean, I know I am, but obviously just consoles and stuff. That's, I think, an N64 box controller up there. 2 copies of Dread, Master Edition, the PS5, the Ellie Edition, a big statue, Death Stranding, Spider-Man, Switches, Wii U's, the whole deal, Playdate, some streaming software stuff, lights, the Apple column in the middle, Kingdom Hearts stuff. There's a Downwell box up there, Hotline, Firefly Edition, all this stuff. Octopath Traveler, Obra Dinn. I have a lot of boxes. I'm out of room. I have no more room for boxes. Here's the God of War Collector's Edition statue. Excited to add the Jotnar Edition here soon. We've got my Trinitron, which has been put out of commission now with the baby taking up the room. Here, I put this up here. This is the one and only thing I ever won on Twitter from Sony Santa Monica back when PlayStation All-Stars was coming out. You could win these commemorative coins that featured Sly, the Hellgast, Sweet Tooth, Kratos, Fat Princess, and Parappa. And I won this on Twitter. I've not seen these anywhere else. I don't know what they're worth, if anything, but I think it's a pretty neat little box set. Kind of beneath the CRT, we won't get a really good shots of any of this, but there's the GameCube and the Wii are over here, and then over there is my 2 N64s and one of my Super Nintendos, and then beneath that down in there is the PS1 and PS2. We've got controllers behind that, and you know, here's my Metroid Dread amiibo. I think in this box is controllers. Yep, just a litany of controllers. We've got, you can't even really see it, but there's Wii U controllers and more in there. The PS3, PS4, Last of Us Edition, my Vita TV are all there. Bunch of camera stuff, Star Wars boxes and books. Here's probably the controllers that I need accessible the most. My Wii controllers, the wireless N64, PS3, the Move, wand, navigation stick, adapter, and then some classic retro Bluetooth controllers. And last but not least, as far as what's accessible, my N64 collection and my Game Boy collection. We won't be able to go through these game by game, but you know, Metal Gear Solid here is pretty sweet. I've got an immaculate copy of Silver that I got, I think last year, in pristine condition. Like you barely even touched by kids. We've got, you know, there's Pokemon Blue. I've got Leaf Green, Sapphire, and a repro of Emerald that I bought to test with my Analogue Pocket. There's a Japanese copy of Ace Attorney 3. It's pretty dope. Smash, Mario Kart, Super Mario 64, Zelda, Donkey Kong, and some other stuff, Tony Hawk. I mean, and that's the closet, which is arguably where most of my stuff is. It's a lot, I understand, but I love it, and I can't wait to have more space someday to properly display some of these things in these boxes and have things a bit more accessible. It was all out in the office and all on display and accessible and playable. Everything was plugged in and usable. But with the arrival of Eloise, just temporarily putting everything in the closet for now. But that's not everything, and the important stuff I think is still accessible, prioritized at least in a way. So let's move on over to the desk. We've got my microphone, a Shure Beta 87A, on an Elgato low-profile mic stand. We've got a new jack cable and a DS Lite charger, but the Splatoon 3 Switch OLED graciously was allowed to upgrade to that. Thank you, Abigail, for letting me keep that and save it, or trade all that. There's the DS Lite I was talking about, some Pokemon Heart Gold strategy stuff there, but there's the DS Lite. We've got an 8BitDo arcade stick and that PS1 Classics controller there that plug into the Mister. We'll get a better angle of that here in a second. My capture card just tucked back there, the HD60X, and then some other just nonsense there. So over here we've got 24-inch LG monitor, 1440p, about 75 hertz. The Analogue Pocket, the Playdate, what is this thing called? The Epilogue cartridge reader, I believe. The Analogue DAC is tucked behind that. There's my Super NT and some Mister stuff plugged in there as well. And capping here off on the side is the retrotink 5X and that litany of cables. Back in the day, the CRT actually used to be here, where this chair is now. So the retro systems could be there and plugged into the retrotink as well. And then there's my Mister with its new red buttons from Mister add-ons that I just put in. So the case is mean and lean and everything's plugged in and ready to go to that. So I kind of just am able to work, and then my iMac, M1 iMac, is what I do all of my work on and is recording the audio for this right now. But that's kind of the desk setup, and the idea here is to make it as quick and easy to stream and accessible. HDMI consoles, things go into the capture card. I can switch that cable in and out. Mister for classic gaming, since I can't have all the consoles hooked up off to the side. So the Mister is that substitute for that. And then the Pocket and Super NT are mostly on display for now. I mean, I can play the Pocket. The Super NT isn't necessary with the Mister in this current setup. It's about what do I minimally need to get as much done as possible. And so that's kind of the decisions that I've ended up with here. Really, the PlayStation Mini Classic is I got that cheap for modding purposes, and the controllers, which panned out really great because the PlayStation Core came to the Mister, and those controllers work really well if you just want a regular PS1 controller without the DualShock. But I have the Snacks adapter to have full DualShock support as well for the Mister. So I like it. It's a lean setup-ish for this. Compared to what I had before, it's definitely lean, so I like it a lot. And then, of course, we've got sparkling water in cans and some books I've been reading. Itchy Tasty, the unofficial history of Resident Evil by Alex Anil for Chapter Select Season 5. So I've been chipping away at that. But there's my desk, and it's a fully standing desk, so it can raise and lower automatically. And there are my Audio Technica headphones that I use when podcasting and editing and stuff. So that's the desk. Much shorter than the closet, right? Much shorter. Now it is time to look at the bookshelf. Work our way up, I think should be the idea here. The bottom shelf, we've got, move the diaper thing. We've got all sorts of hardcover books and different things. We've got a children's book section now, but video game wise, we've got this Creating a Champion collector set, the deluxe edition of the Breath of the Wild guide, sealed, brand new. Got that from honestly a price error on Amazon, where they were giving away any hardcover book for free one Black Friday, and then included this $100 deluxe edition. So I just snagged that, and I've never opened it. And I didn't need to open it because I had the collector's edition of the guide, a more manageable, like $35 book. Hyrule Historia I got in New York City at the Nintendo store, back when that was kind of the only one. Now there's a bunch of Zelda books from Dark Horse. We've got the Art of Uncharted box set, leather collector's edition. It's got 1 through 4 leather-bound style books, and in this magnet seal case with a nice lithograph. The Art of the Last of Us 1 and 2, the guides. We've got the guides for Last of Us, Uncharted 3 and 4. We've got the only physical copy of Chasing the Stick. The one and only physical copy of the History of Naughty Dog. I'm proud of this. I bought this is solely for myself. I'd love to produce physical versions. I don't own the art or anything like that, but, you know, I made a book for myself. We've got some old school guides, you know, here with Metal Gear, the Metal Gear collection given to me by my friend Maverick. Some Pokemon guides, some Paper Mario and Metroid stuff, all that cool things. Anatomy of Metroid 1, A Profound Waste of Time, I think, Volume 1. Arcade game typography, and then some books to help just fill it out, shelf-wise. Persona art book, Metroid art book. I've got this Metroid hand-drawn game guide that I printed and up-resed and produced the quality ever since that Kickstarter was unfortunately canceled. But I do have one of the original 50 hand-drawn game guide Legend of Zelda guides. So I feel quite honored and privileged to have been able to buy one of those from Phil Summers. So I'll put that back later when I have two hands. Here we've got, you know, Harry Potter, Chambers, Series of Unfortunate Events. The rest are actually tucked back and behind. And then kids' books from folks for Eloise. Then we got this Nintendo-ish shelf. It was all Nintendo, then I got the PSP and Vita off the floor. The 35th anniversary pins, my Game Boys. I've got my original GBA. I've got a Game Boy Micro Famicom edition on a rose-colored gaming display that actually matches the Game & Watch Mario one. I don't have the Zelda Game & Watch yet. I should get it. I see it all the time. I'd love to. A golden Mewtwo card, my Vita, my PSP with no nub, my Spice Orange GameCube, Game Boy, complete with Game Boy Player. This was a birthday gift 2 years ago, I think, kind of at the start of COVID. Got it for, all in all, I think about $60. Everything, which is an incredible deal considering GameCube prices these days. And a couple of Japanese GameCube games, Prime, Paper Mario, and we'll see some more up top. I didn't know where to put these, so I kind of bunched them here. And then we've got Min Min, she's orange, kind of met the vibe of also an Asian theme with this Club Nintendo fan as well, with the Japanese GameCube. I kind of liked the theming there. Up above, we've got this 2/3 of the PS4 collection. We've got the Metal Gear Solid game kind of tucked back in here, Red Dead, some Atlas games, Kingdom Hearts, the Resident Evil series, Chapter Select Season 5, Pokemon Black version 2. Haven't tucked it away back there, but the DS games are hidden behind the PS4 games. I can't really get to them. Celeste physically, which is really nice. Castlevania Requiem, that's Symphony of the Night. Just got my copy of Shredder's Revenge. My PSVR section, some stuff there. The 2 Vita games I own physically, Persona 4 Golden and Uncharted. This was one of the first games I bought for my Vita, and then I just snagged this when I got my Vita TV. Some PSP stuff, mostly just God of War. It's just God of War, Kingdom Hearts, and Metal Gear with no box. This is, I guess, the Uncharted / Ellie shelf. The collector's, the Ellie edition came with this statue of Ellie, and then these 2 statues were from Dark Horse. This is number 234 of 500, Ellie with bow statues. Really nice quality. It's the nicest statue I own. Then the Uncharted 4 Collector's Edition statue, and I've got some collector's coins and a copy of the ring. And then there's a nice little art print of Ellie's tattoo. Then the last shelf is the Zelda shelf. We've got a lot of stuff going on here. We've got the statue from the Master Edition, the lithograph from Creating a Champion. We've got all of the Link amiibo, or all of my Link amiibos. I don't have them all just yet. Majora's Mask 3DS. My Wind Waker Collector's Edition with a Japanese copy of Wind Waker. The amiibo lining up. Skyward Sword collection set, the controllers, and the amiibo for that. And then Young Link, Majora's Mask, and an adult Link from Ocarina of Time, as well as, those in I'd say a 99% sealed copy of Ocarina of Time. It is the original plastic and everything. The only thing open is one incision on the side where they could get to the flap in the game. Everything else is intact and in there. I love it. I got a really good deal on it considering most other stuff. And then there's the Zelda Collector's Edition Japanese copy as well. So that's kind of my GameCube Japanese stuff. Some of it sneaks up here along with those amiibo. But that's the bookshelf. Some Legos up top, but that's the bookshelf. Last but not least is some stuff out in the living room. PS5, my wife's Switch, and my Xbox Series X and the LG TV. I'm not gonna go out there, but those things are there. They're present. It's cool. That's where most of the gaming happens, that and the desk, which is why those 2 setups are set up the way they are. So like I said, it's been a very long time since I've done any sort of video like this. That's most of the collection. Only very little of it is in actual storage, not in the apartment. So it's nice to at least have everything on hand if needed. But, I've been thinking about this a lot. It's been a long time since I've done one of these. I'm happy to show it off. It's fun. This is stuff that I enjoy watching other people make, so I thought I would make something to kind of show off what I have and spread around all in this tiny one room in our apartment. So thank you so much for watching. You can subscribe and like the video. You could check out my writing at maxfrequency.net or my podcast over there, Max Frequency Podcast, and then a Chapter Select, which I've talked about a couple times in this video. Season 5 is getting ready to come out as I'm recording this with Resident Evil, so that's super exciting. Looking forward to the future of that show. And you can follow me on Twitter at maxroberts143. So thank you so much for watching this little office tour, collection, nursery, the whole deal. Until next time, adios.